Welcome back to the Shine Within podcast. I have here Patricia Carles. She is a renowned holistic coach specializing in biocoding, combining traditional healing arts with modern scientific approaches to uncover the emotional roots of physical and mental ailments. As a journalist and writer, she shares deep insights into holistic health, blending storytelling and educational perspectives. Patricia also serves as an ambassador of Scalar Energy for Latin America and Spain, advocating for this innovative healing method. Her work, particularly in using scalar energy to treat viruses and bacteria, has earned international recognition and contributes significantly to alternative healing practices. Thank you so much, Patricia, for joining me today.
Thank you, Gina. Thank you for the invitation. It's an honor.
Absolutely. I'm excited to have you because this is all new to me. I love anything with alternate healings. I do not like medication. I don't like any of that garbage. I'm all about what God has provided here on earth already for us to explore and to discover and to, make things work so we can actually heal. A lot of us are ill these days and we want to heal, but we want to heal naturally. So can you just talk a little bit about yourself and how you got into the holistic coaching and specializing in biocoding?
Well, actually, holistic coaching and holistic healing, it's healing natural in a natural way. It's taking advantage of the energy. It's taking advantage of the biological knowledge of ourselves, because all the answers, all the medicine is inside. So what we do here in terms of biodecoding, to start from biodecoding works a lot with the unconscious and with the biology. Means that everything we do, say, or even our relationships, our careers, everything we do, it's coming from the unconscious, from this programs that we have inside, that we don't, most of the time we don't even know where they're coming from. And 95% of everything we do is coming from that place. So I think that having the opportunity to study this, to knowing what is in that place of darkness, and it's darkness, it's dark not because it's this bad, but because you cannot see it, and realizing that we can fix things, that we can release emotions and heal ourselves just by going there and facing what is in there that we cannot see. And that it was in a certain moment, it was painful for us in the past, but we decided to block it. So what we do with biodecoding, it's go to that specific point in life, because it's mainly in the childhood, or maybe in that ancestral also can come from that, where we went through like a very dramatic event that it's stuck like in the memory of the cells in the body. So after a certain time, when you experience like a similar event, then is when the illness comes. It's like, okay, I'm I lived this before. I'm remember this emotion, because the emotion is in the past. The emotion is never in the present. We don't know what an emotion, what make us know what an emotion is because we're remembering the emotion that we felt in the past. So when that happened in terms of a very dramatic experience, then the body, it starts like in a survival mode. So then it's when the illness become to real, and it's coming for a reason. It's not coming for a bad reason. It's coming for a good reason. It's coming to tell you, hey, there is something you have to look here. Hey, there is something you have to solve here. There is something you have to see in order to overcome, and to, sometimes you have to face those fears that you're blocking. And the way that you can see that there is something you have to solve is sometimes through the illness.
Yes, you're so right, because that's exactly what I had to go through. I dealt with a lot of childhood trauma in my past and I kept it in, and my actions, my emotions, my thoughts, everything was all negative and I was just like trying to fake it until you make it, right? You know, it didn't work that well for me because I released a lot of the anger towards my loved ones, and and then alcohol then played a big role as well. And you really need to you need to sit down with yourself and kind of like evaluate, like, what is really going on with me? Like, why am I acting like this? And then you have to go through it. Is there any like type of, is there anything that you do in particular to help your clients, especially when they're going through like some sort of childhood trauma and they want to release all of that negative emotions out?
Oh yes, of course, of course. That's mainly what I do. We work with more than 100 protocols to work on that, because the thing is that sometimes people don't know where those dramas or where that pain is coming from. So yes, with these protocols, we go to that place, and that is in the childhood, and we go through the body, because the body feels you
Mhm.
experience that uncomfort when you're talking to you. I mean, let's say someone, you have a boyfriend, and then this boyfriend, you have a very a fight with him, and you know, you guys have like a very dramatic separation, and that is really triggering you in life. So from that feeling that you're experiencing in your body, we can go back to your childhood this time, and see what was the where was the place where you were maybe abandoned, maybe for your father, maybe for your mother, or maybe something that happened to your mother when you were in her tummy, you know, when she was pregnant of you, because lots of problems come from there. I mean, it is such important period, the gestation. Sorry about my English. I'm from Venezuela,
Oh no,
and
you speak beautiful English. Better
I
than me.
apologize if I come with some Spanish word.
Some Spanish word. We'll do Spanglish. That's okay.
So when a mama has a baby in the belly, the baby experiences 3 times harder what mom is experiencing during that whole period. So many things happen in that stage, that the baby can it become like a footprint on her or his unconscious, and it will repeat it. Why? Because he's being or she's being loyal to the parents. And be also, you know, this is amazing, because there are many factors that include in this therapies, because also your name, for instance, your date of birth, there are many things that are unconsciously related to the tree, to the lineage, to the ancestors. You know, maybe you have the name of your grandma or great grandma, or something happened, you know, for instance, something died before you were born, and that was really sad for your mom. So you might, you know, take that sadness with you also when you born. So there are many factors, and those factors we get to those during the protocols. And it's not just getting there, because getting there is not, it's not the whole thing. The whole thing is that you have the possibility to face that again with another level of consciousness, you know, like a higher, from a higher being now. And you can self and serve yourself and help yourself to overcome this. You know, it's not like I'm gonna heal you. No, I don't do that. I just help people to get to that place, and be with them, and being, you know, like supporting, so they can really face their own fears and get the solutions. So, and once they release this and they say, okay, it's already gone, it's already gone. So in that moment, the brain receive another information. And when the brain, that, by the way, for the brain, it doesn't exist. It's not different between future, past, present. I mean, the brain's understands only in the present time, and it's not different between the reality and the imaginary things. Both are real if you're in the present time working with your brain. So the brain will receive this information, and the brain who communicates with the rest of the organs and the body will send another information to the organ involved, or to, whatever is going on in your body. So then it's when you're going to, oh, okay, I'm not anymore in this survival thing, because that reaction that maybe that woman is having, at she's 30s or she's 20s, is a reaction from the child. It's a reaction that is coming from that place. And you really need to go there and heal that child, because when you heal that child, then you can be a woman. So then you can also be a mom, a mother, because there are many mothers that they stay in the child, so they cannot maternar, like nourish the own kids, because they stay on the past, when they were betrayed, when they were abused, when they were having not the affection of the mom, of the dad. And if they don't know that, they cannot give what they don't know, what they didn't receive. So we also work with that, because sometimes we have to heal the whole lineage, and start from the grandmothers, because you cannot blame your mother for something that she didn't have, and not her mom. So sometimes we have to heal the lineage of the woman, and you also heal the womb, because there is such a sacred energy in being a woman. And we work also through all that, and body coding, and it's very releasing. And when you can say, okay, wow, yes, so now I can be responsible for myself. I can be responsible for everything I'm creating, and I can be compassive about others. I don't have to blame my mom anymore. I don't have to blame my boyfriend anymore, because guess what? My boyfriend was showing me that I have to solve something with my father. So he's not the guy who is provoking this in me. He is the guy who's helping me to heal. So he become a master.
Yes, I've heard like everyone who comes into your life and interacts with you, whether good or even bad, it's like a spiritual teacher. They're there to teach you.
Yes, it is. Because we're mirrors, and we're learning from each other. And if it triggers you, something triggers you, it's not in him, it's in you.
Exactly. Yes. That's what I've been. Luckily, okay, so my mom had a lot of childhood trauma. I'm sure her mom had a lot of childhood trauma stemming from like the lineage, like you said. And I feel like I've at a place where, yes, I've experienced the trauma as well. But I don't blame anybody. Like, okay, no. It was me all along. And because I didn't know any better, it's like our ancestral traumas just get like passed on, passed on, passed on. So there's no way we can blame our parents, like our mom, or anything. I was like, no, I can't blame her. And it's the work that I had to do. So that way when my kids already, I was already sober, and then I already had my kids before I got sober. So I was just really focusing on my children now that they're a little bit older, just teaching them, loving them, knowing what it's like to be a mother that is healed. I feel like I'm actually healed because I never, it is a lot of work though. It is some work, but that's where you come in and help clients and help individuals that need this healing. Now, can you actually share a success story or a particular memorable experience you had with a client through biocoding?
Oh, let me see. Yeah, I have many. Any particular subject that?
Yeah, any client that you're like, oh wow, that was very memorable. Like she really is doing really well now.
Yeah, well, I work with, for instance, with infertility. I have a client, and this is interesting because he's a man client. It's not a woman client, And they were trying to get to have a child for 10 years. They were 10 years married, trying to get a child, and they couldn't. So, and they went to the doctor. The doctor says that everything apparently was fine, but they were trying to ask them if they want to do other type of procedures, like like probeta and stuff like that. And so I asked him, why don't you come to the consultancy? Let's do something. Let's work on that, because everything is coming from the unconsciousness. So if you go there and you fix that, it's gonna change your belief and the survival mode that you are. So yes, we work on the protocol. And the first thing I ask him, and is anyone that is listening this now can have a baby. I ask the same question, what is the worst thing that can happen to your baby? What's the worst thing? And then in that answer is the conflict. In that answer is the answer of the infertility. Why? Because maybe for those who doesn't have that problem, this means nothing. But for those who has this problem, they might be thinking, oh, maybe my baby can die. Maybe can get sick, so sick that it can die. Or maybe can be abandoned for his dad or his mom. Or maybe can go to war, uh, and can be killed. Or maybe that baby won't have the sources or the food to survive. And guess what? That is coming from a very vulnerable place of the childhood of that person. What that person lived when he was a child. So in this case, this guy, when he was little, first he was he's a very good friend. When he was a teenager died, and this was in Colombia, because the confrontations. And then before that, when he was a child, also his uncle that was kind of given, and it was to the guerrillas. I don't know how to say that in English. It's like this confrontations, military stuff that is in Colombia. So for him, he saw so many people dying because of this internal war, this aggressiveness, this violence in the place where he grew up. So for him, life was a surviving thing. It was like, oh my God, I could be next. I could be next. Look what happened to my friend. Look what happened to my uncle. Look what happened to my neighbor. So when you're surrounded about that, you get in the survival mode. It's like, okay, I could be next. So look what is happening to all these kids. So when he got to that point and he said, okay, this is over. I'm alive. This is over. I don't have to be afraid anymore of this happening. This is something that traumatized that kid. And when he can release it, and he can also cry for those, those friends that he couldn't even, say goodbye in a proper way. So, and he released, and he comes back to the center and to the peaceful state of mind, and accepting that also he grew up and he's safe, and everything is fine, and there is no way, there is no I mean, he doesn't have to be afraid of this happening to his kids. So we work on that, and after 2 or 3 months after the consultancy, because this is just one consultancy, and this is great about body coding. Body coding is very specific. It goes right to the, what you need to work on it. And so after like 2 or 3 months, they got pregnant. I mean, his wife got pregnant, and then they have a beautiful baby. Baby has 5 years now.
No.
And yeah, stiff, things like that happen because it's when the brain is blocking something that is coming from the unconscious, you have to go to that place. You have to go and face that fear and release it. Everything have a solution. You just have to face it and release it. And then it's like, wow, it's like another, you have another vibe, another energy, and you feel now, okay, that's, my baby's gonna be safe. This is over. It was in the past. It's not gonna happen anymore. It's like, and I'm
Yeah.
here for them.
Now, that's a beautiful story. And thank you so much for sharing that. And it's unique because it has to do with a guy who is trying to have children, but yet trying to release all of his fears from his past, from his childhood. So that way his child won't have to, doesn't have to experience that as they're growing up. Now he can show them the love and the joy, the happiness, the good vibes, the good vibration with
Yes,
the
because
child.
pregnancy, it's coming from both parents, from
Oh.
both unconscious programs. It's
Hmm.
not just one, it's both. They're the creation of both. So
Hmm.
it needs two to tango. Okay. So it needs really two desires and two conscious level of agreement to have a child. Otherwise,
Yes.
the body, the woman won't take it because she won't take an spermatozoid, the man seed. If the man seed comes with fear,
Hmm.
those fears, she doesn't want those fears.
Right. Right.
It's like they both need to heal.
Hmm.
And I work also with both sometimes if it's necessary. In this case, I work with him and it works. It wasn't necessary to go deeper, but yes, sometimes I work with both of them.
Yes. I always hear that, okay, two unhealthy people, the relationship most likely will not work. One unhealthy, one healthy will work with some work, extra work. And then two healthy people, it will work because the spirit is ready, and the soul, and I mean the spiritual, same thing, but the mind and also the body, the connection is more like the masculine energy, and then the feminine energy is coming together, like the divine masculine and the divine feminine energy is coming together. It's a beautiful synchronicity. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And also, let me tell you something. The woman brain have a very advanced and unique how you call that? It's a this is
Yeah.
coming from neuroscience, but we have the ability to choose the right man to be a mom, to have the good genes, the good generation. We have that ability as women. A woman will go and pick the man he wants for a healthy lineage.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. So
Yeah,
I'm learning some things new today. I love that.
yeah,
Now,
it's called histocompatibility. Histocompatibility.
okay. Neat. Now, you also work with Tesla energy researcher. His name is Tom Palladino. Could you elaborate what scalar energy is and its significance in healing? Because I wanted to talk a little bit about that today as well.
Yes, let's talk about scalar energy. Scalar energy came to my life like 3 years ago. Since I work very much with emotions and biocoding, I interviewed Tom Palladino because I knew he was doing great job with people and in terms especially of viruses and bacteria. So what I have discovered with him in all these years and also working that with my clients is that the scalar energy is an energy of the 0 point energy. So it means that it's beyond the time and space. Scalar energy comes from the stars and the sun. It's just what Nikola Tesla said like 100 years ago. And before that, in Egypt, Tesla energy, it's just a name, but scalar energy is also a name. But it could be considered divine energy. Is the energy that comes from the stars, and it's a 0.0 energy. This energy, when you can study this like more close, it has like the shape of the DNA, but in light. It's pure light. And what Tom Palladino does in his lab in Florida is that he discovered along with Hieronymus, the scientific Hieronymus who worked for NASA, that this scalar energy can be contained in the lab with the specific, customized devices that he does. So when he plays a picture, let's say this is a picture. I have a picture of mine. I don't know if we will have video here, but let's say I have a picture, okay? So he plays the picture and in the device, okay? When my pictures is in the device, my be located shape of me, I mean, because a photograph is a bilocated representation of me. It means that I'm here, but if this picture is also in the lab in Florida and is exposed to scalar energy, I am going to be receiving scalar energy. So I'm gonna get the light, like you. I don't know if you have seen this picture before. This is Nikola Tesla.
Yeah.
He could prove that he can light the light bulb just with scalar energy, with no wires, with no electricity. This is not electricity. So when he placed my picture here, I'm gonna receive also this light. And when I get this light, there are amazing things that we can experience. And I invite all of you who want to try. I'll let you know where you can guys get a free trial for this. So you get this scalar energy, and which is divine energy. And all your chakras, I'm gonna start like balancing itself, because you're aligning with this divine energy. And also the brain waves are going to be like, you're going to have this sensation of harmonize and balance and clarity. It's amazing. And he plays a picture for 1 hour daily to the person, to the people that is in the program. So imagine receiving 1 hour of that divine energy, and it's very like very, very powerful, that powerful. And this is what is for me more like amazing about this scalar, and I want to show you. So let's say I have herpes. Let's say I have herpes, which I had. I used to have herpes here, like for 20 years. I had herpes
Went
here.
there, yeah.
And I remember I told Tom, so do you work also? Did you work with herpes and stuff? And he said, oh, yes. It was like, no, I've been with this like for 15 years now. So I try, and it works amazingly. And I remember that after that, I got like a little blister again, but it was so tiny. And I remember I asked him, so, I got it again. And he said, well, yes, because it's still, the nerves have the information, and it's a process. They're going to be, with the time it's going to disappear, and which has happened like after a few times, because only with 1 hour of exposure of this picture to the equipment, this can happen. And I explain you how, if we have some time.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, so this is here the molecular shape of the herpes virus. Okay, he works with this. He has the pictures of all the molecular forms of the viruses, bacteria, and all that. So he placed both of them together. The virus, the picture of the virus, the molecular form, weight of the virus, the herpes in this case, and my picture. So what happened here? Scalar energy, it's an intelligent energy. What is energy? Energy is information, right? We are information. We're light, we're energy, we are information. So scalar energy is intelligent information. So what this energy do is they communicate both images, both pictures, which are a bilocated representation of myself and the virus. So if this energy detects that in my quantum field is this quantum energy, it will disfragment it. Mm. And once it's disfragmented, the virus goes away. It become like different like proteins, like different molecular ways, but it's not there anymore as herpes virus. And this can happen with papilloma, with HIV. Here is with papilloma. This is the molecular with papilloma. With HIV, one of my very good friends have HIV and didn't have any HIV anymore.
Oh
This
my
is Epstein
goodness.
virus, Candida. You know, he works with different molecular pictures, and it's amazing. It's more than 400,000 type of viruses and bacteria. And this is, it sounds like magic. It sounds like magic, right? But
Oh
this
my
is the
gosh,
new
yeah.
way of healing, Gina. This is the new way of healing. This is a quantum healing. This is a technology of the spirituality as well, because this is divine energy. It's not something that like, oh, I'm going to plug into something external. No, this is divine energy, and we are also divine energy. But this is like technology that is coming to earth to help ourselves to get rid of things that they're supposed not to have cure in
Yeah.
level, but they do, and they do in a quantum level, because quantum level is stronger than the mass. We're first energy and then mass. So this is the way how scalar energy work. And it's amazing all the things that can be, you know, be treated with scalar energy. And I invite you to try. I mean, of course, he have paid programs, but as this is very new, the best way that he could find that people can experience this is having the free trial. So if you go to the website, which is scalarlight.com, I can text you later there so you can.
Oh yeah, I'll have it all in the show notes for sure. Yeah.
So if you guys go to scalarlight.com, you will find a free trial of 15 days. So for 15 days, you're going to receive 1 hour daily of scalar energy only for bacteria, like for cleansing. Then another hour to balance the chakras and the brain, the brain waves, and another 22 hours of just receiving nutrients by way of scalar energy. Yes, nutrients, which means that scalar energy can disfragment mass, and scalar energy can assemble mass. So this is a quantum statement. You know, the energy can become mass, and the mass can disfragment to vibration. It works in both sides, both ways. Okay, so the same way that scalar energy can disfragment the virus, scalar energy can assemble nutrients like vitamins, for instance. So vitamin D, and you know, many others. It's like we work like with 300 different type of vitamins, nutrients, you know, vegetables that people can receive through scalar energy. And guess who also received this energy this way? The astronauts. The astronauts were treated with scalar energy. I mean, they received nutrients from scalar energy, and they were healed through scalar energy as well. So because there is no time or space limit for scalar energy. You can be in China, you can be in Japan, in South America, wherever you are, you send the picture. The picture is going to get into that quantum field of scalar energy, and you're going to receive it. And you're going to work with that. I don't know if you're familiar with, you know, some indigenous when they people want to take a picture of them, they don't like to be pictures because they say that the soul, they're gonna stole the soul.
Ah, yeah, everyone looks so unhappy. They're not smiling. They're just like, even
Yeah,
some of
because
my
they
like,
don't like it. They say that the
yeah,
picture will steal the soul.
I didn't know
And
that.
it's a picture is really, I mean, it's a really a bilocated version of who we are. And then
Wow.
you might be familiar, many psychics, when they are work, they say, give me a picture
Oh yeah,
of a
yeah.
person, and they can scan it. You can do this and I can do that. You
Ah,
you see a picture and you just put your hand and you scan with your hand and you can feel the energy of that person.
mm-hmm,
You can feel it, you know, because it's also energy there.
mm-hmm.
So that's the way this scalar energy works with images. We don't work with people. We don't attend people in person. I say we. I mean, I'm just an
Yeah.
ambassador of the information of the
Yeah.
light. But Tom Paladino, he has this huge lab, and he doesn't attend people. He doesn't even know people. I mean, people, for instance, that have HIV, they don't want to show their picture. They can send just a picture of the hand.
Oh,
That's enough.
wow. It doesn't have to
That's
be the
enough.
face then. Oh, I
No.
see. Now, it's not a digital picture, it has to be an actual photograph.
Yeah, just a photograph of a part of you. It's
Okay.
showing your cosmic DNA.
I
Doesn't matter
see.
if it's your face or not. So this also can be very confidential if people don't want to. I mean, but it's amazing. It's amazing. It's a
Wow.
it's a whole different level of healing, Gina. And that doesn't mean that the healing is outside. No, this is just spiritual technology to help us to tune into the divineness, healing, also the divine healing in a different way. Of course, we can expand our own scalar energy through meditation, through prayers, through being just in the frequency of love. That is a scalar energy as well. But here we're
Wow.
talking about, another level of frequency that can really help people with this type of viruses that the traditional medicine haven't been able to overcome, to transcend, to heal.
Wow. And, all this information is wonderful and it was hidden from us. It's hidden because I think a lot of pharmaceutical companies just want to make money and it's never to the root cause because everything is energy, like you said. And how amazing that finally I just been praying for this too. Please, can we just get all of the natural healers yeah, the scalar energy. And I mean, I never even knew about the photograph. That is amazing. This is the first time I'm hearing about the photograph. I heard about, like you said, like the Egypt. I heard about the pyramids and what it's used for that energy for like the healing and for all those different things. And but everything's hidden from us. And so finally I'm happy that like you're sharing and people are coming out and starting to like say, hey, but check this out. Try to like see this from a different angle and, and more natural. As you said, it's from the divine. And that's, I mean, who wouldn't want to be healed by the divine? you know, that is amazing. Now, looking towards the future, do you see the role of alternative healing methods like biocoding and, of course, the scalar energy evolving in the mainstream healthcare?
You mean in the system,
Yeah,
the
the
health?
system.
Oh, I hope so. I pray for that.
Okay.
I pray for
Yes.
that. Yes, and even if it doesn't get into the system, then we will be part of the system because you know people every time more. It's a getting awareness about the powerful the power of the plants, the power of the love, the power of healing ourselves, and taking responsibility for our own sh,
Yeah,
being
yeah.
responsible for that, because I mean, we cannot be we cannot get the responsibility in a pill to heal ourselves. I mean, yes, there are pills that are very good, and they're very, I'm agree with lots of the medical procedures. Of course, they have saved thousands of life, millions of life. Yes, but as you say, the pharmaceuticals sometimes go too far. Sometimes go too far, and they make you dependable of medicines every time, more and more and more, and one medicine have another side effect, and it's even worse that the first reason why you want to that pill. So I hope that we can every time be more into our own responsibility, into our own center energy, and learn more about how to deal with emotions, because all the illnesses are coming from an emotional drama event, all of them. So we have to, better than taking more pills, is like taking more responsibility and work on our issues, and work on our families, and work with our childhood, and once you release that, it's released forever, and also it's released for your child, for your
Right.
children, because you're releasing the lineage to the future lineage. So yeah, I think that's the future. I think that's the future. And yes, I pray for the system to welcome this new natural alternative of healing.
Yes, me too. I'll be praying for sure. But if any of our listeners want to go ahead and even like reach out to you, where can they find you?
Well, for Scalar Energy, there is the website scalarenergy.com, and an Instagram is also Scalar Light. Scalarenergy.com now, sorry, scalarlight.com. And in Instagram is Scalar Light. And my personal Instagram is at Patricia Carles, like that's my name. And yeah, that's it. That's my social media.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Patricia. It's a pleasure having you on my show today and just bringing light to our listeners today and giving them hope that there's other ways of healing and just getting better and feeling better and releasing all of that negative childhood trauma and energy that we've all had in our lives. Thank you so much.
Thank you to you, Gina. Have a blessed day.
Thank you.